Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome today.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
He's got a huge one. I'm talking about his heart, which would have to be huge to pump blood into his giant dick.
On the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
Son, this is Corporal Habablap. That fool McGucket sprayed runway foam all over Chuck Yeager's Acura.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, there's no explanation, just body after body busting out of shit wood and hitting pavement. Welcome to Plotty Time.
I do like hearing that.
So, I mean, we got nothing for the correction crevice because we nailed
Yeah,
Godhand last week.
Damn good. Did a hell of a job, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I mean, you texted me that week that you did 17 hours of additional research so that you didn't have to screw anything up. That was very impressive. It really came through on the record.
Thanks.
Yeah, that happened for sure.
And we definitely double-checked all our stuff during the episode to make sure we were right.
Absolutely. It took us 9 hours to record it.
I contacted the developers of the game.
You know people. You got a Godhand guy.
All right.
All right, let's move into favorite segment. What are we playing? What are we watching? What are we doing? And we'll start where we always start. Dr. Syintist, what's going on with you?
Not much. I finished Other Side this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
What,
good.
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Probably about 20 hours. Get everything done.
That's not bad at all.
Platinum.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Look at this guy getting numbs again.
Mark it up, guys.
And then I played this little indie puzzler called The Pedestrian.
Oh, I wanted to play that. It looked neat.
It is kind of neat. It's kind of easy and fast. It only took me like 3 or 4 hours to get through the whole thing.
Sometimes you need that though. You just want a quick in and out.
Yeah, and none of the puzzles were too hard. It could have been much more difficult, and I finished watching American Gods finally.
Is there one season or two?
Well, there's 3, but I think I only watched the first season. I don't think I'm going to watch the rest of them. I've read that the other ones weren't as good, or maybe I'll just do it. I don't know.
What the hell? Try it out.
The first one was really good. The book's still better.
I'm rolling through a lot of episodes of Supernatural, so if I can do that,
Yeah,
I think you can do
that's
three seasons.
Speaking of Supernatural, I did watch this movie called The Postcard Killings. It has the dad from Supernatural in it.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah, and Famke Janssen's in it.
It's based on a true story.
It's based on a true book.
Whoa.
Wait, so the
Well, the book
wait.
exists.
The book exists, okay?
I think it might be a James Patterson book. I don't know. I don't want to look it up, and I don't really care enough to do the thing. But
Yeah, well,
this guy's daughter, he's a detective, and his daughter gets killed by a serial killer in Europe. So he goes to Europe and tries to help him find him.
where postcards come into this?
Because the killer sends a postcard like 7 days before he kills somebody.
So it's like The Ring.
And and he like poses them in weird ways and stuff. And
Okay.
it was decent.
You know, I just saw him in something else.
Dude, he's been in everything lately.
That man's working. Like, he's in 3-4 things a year. Oh, I saw him in The Possession. That's from 2012. It wasn't, like, recent. But it was fine.
It was after he was in Supernatural.
Although he's still credited as Supernatural up till 2019. I don't know if he comes back, and don't ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think if you look at IMDb, it just does the whole time that Supernatural was on. But anyway.
Oh, God damn it. It just ruined it. Never mind. Anyway.
Why did you keep reading?
Well, it was just because I don't know. I don't know why. I could have just clicked away.
Don't ruin it. I'm going to ruin it myself.
Yeah, don't you ruin it. I'll ruin it myself. If anyone's ruining it, it's fucking me. That's how this works. Oh, God damn it.
But it's a decent movie.
All right.
And I also saw another movie called Cleansing Hour.
What time's that?
It's probably in the slap pocket.
Okay, tell us about it.
It's this group of people, like one guy pretends he's a priest and they do like fake exorcisms on like Twitch or something for followers and stuff.
Awesome. I'm there.
Sounds
I'm with you.
familiar.
So they set one up, and then the actress who's playing the possessed woman actually gets possessed.
Whoa.
And the demon starts fucking with them. and tries to make them like won't let them turn it off and makes them start doing things themselves. It's pretty interesting and fun.
It's gory.
Not really,
Yeah.
but it's fun to watch.
All right.
I'd give it a recommend.
So the one guy who was in that, he goes, well, his name is Kyle Gallner.
Yeah, he's like the tech guy in it.
He was in Ghosts of War.
Oh,
He was the dude with the beanie.
I have no idea what you're talking
Ghost of War, the one where they're in
World War II, and there's a haunted house.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, the first like 70% of the movie's like, I'm in. This sounds fucking cool as hell.
Yeah. I saw that too. I just forgot he was in it.
And then, well, I mentioned his name because he's from Pennsylvania, from Westchester.
What?
Oh,
Local boy.
P fucking
local
A.
boy, 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's close. Hey, you think a lot of people from the Lehigh Valley are out there making movies? It's him and Amanda Seyfried.
Isn't
That's
Ben Stiller's wife from
Yeah.
Lehigh Valley? And The Rock?
All right.
I don't think The Rock's from the Lehigh Valley, but he did spend time here for sure.
Yeah, he definitely went to Liberty.
Yeah, he was a transplant.
It's not one of us. Oh, man.
Anyway, that's all I did. What about you, Poppascotch?
Thanks for asking. I'm not going to shock anyone when I say I played a shitload of zombies.
Still, did you?
Wait, what game is this?
Call of Duty, Cold War, zombie modes.
You max everything out now?
I maxed out everything except, well, not the weapons. It was double XP weekend for weapons, so I kept playing a bunch.
Oh, you're
but
not
I
getting me
honestly,
back.
guys, I hit the 100 for the season. I hit
Damn. Is that
like
your
all
first
the
time?
skills, weapon classes, field upgrades, all of it upgraded. And I'm saying it right now publicly. I'm done till at least the next season comes out.
I don't believe it.
Oh, it's 2 weeks. It's not forever.
I didn't even touch this season.
Yeah, you're right. He's going to have to play this week to keep his skills ready.
I'm gonna have to catch up.
I hit the level cap for the season, and then I'm like, okay, what can I do? And I'm like, oh, I'll upgrade my weapons.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, what am I doing? Like, once the next season restarts, I can still work towards upgrading my weapons and get season stuff. Like,
Yeah, it's silly.
I've
Especially if it's
got
not double
like
PC's weapon.
I've got Resident Evil 8 sitting there, which I played for like 2.5 hours, and I was like drunk off my gourd. I don't remember any of it. I'm just gonna start it over, I think. I was so tanked when I was playing that game.
Nice.
Dude, Ethan gets fucked up.
Did you ever play a game tanked and you just keep rolling?
Yeah.
Like you just keep playing, and all of a sudden you're a third of the way through, and you're like, I don't know where I am or what my mission is anymore.
I stopped playing games drunk when I was playing Madden one time, drunk, and my fake quarterback broke his leg and was out for the season.
Oh.
So I was like, I can't play. I can't be drunk anymore and play this.
In like game 3?
yeah. It was really early.
Yeah, it's great.
I definitely remember those Madden games where your fucking star player would always, and I remember like not rushing with a quarterback because I was afraid that he would get injured. Just like real life, like every time you see your quarterback like take it down and start running, you're like, oh god. It's like you're running into real men here. It's just slide.
Too real.
But other than that, yes, this week I'm gonna play some Resident Evil and maybe sneak in a game or two of the show.
The show.
Ooh, you gonna pitch a perfect game?
I haven't yet. I came. I don't even want to say I came close. I got through like 6 innings.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, lower the difficulty and pitch a perfect game.
That's a good point. I should.
That's no fun.
There's
Yeah, it
probably a
is.
trophy for it.
That would be a shitty trophy to do if it was like difficulty locked.
That's true. But anyway, shit I watched.
Mhm.
Let's just get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with season 13 of Supernatural,
Oh,
which means
you're in the home stretch now.
only 40 more episodes.
You do that in your sleep.
Yeah, but this is all of them are working towards the end now.
I've done, what was the count? 320 or was it 380?
Not enough is what I say.
Jeez.
There's so goddamn many. But yeah, I finished season 13. Got 14 and 15 left.
Are you watching them on double speed now? You're like, fuck it, just.
What happens at the end of 13? Oh, no, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, everybody leave if you're watching season 13 or earlier of Supernatural. But season 13 is the season where their mother and Lucifer's son gets sent to the apocalypse dimension.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
And then they have to go in and get
Wait.
them out.
There's a Lucifer?
There's a couple of them. And then, wait, Lucifer is like in the real world then, right?
He's in the apocalypse dimension.
I'm trying to remember what the...
Yeah, well, Lucifer at one point during this season went to rule heaven because no one else was there.
Yeah, okay.
And then the problem was that the only reason they let him in charge of heaven is because he said he could make like new angels, and all the angels either went to Earth and got murdered, or like had their grace stolen, or aren't angels anymore. There's like a handful of archangels left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
So they're like, we need you to like fucking stock up heaven again, bro. Like this is getting bad. And then it's like he gets in charge and he's like, yeah, I can't actually do that. Which, classic Lucifer move. But I don't want to get too into it because,
It's starting to get good.
it's just, took 13 seasons to ramp up. And here we are. But I also watched the new thing that came out, American Horror Stories.
Oh, I saw the first episode of that.
There's, I think, only 4 out as we record this.
Are they going to release more?
I assume, eventually.
I think so. I think they're ramping up to the release of the new season of American Horror Story. So, like, when this ends,
Oh, there's like what?
I think
Yeah,
there's like
these
4
are stories.
more.
It's like an anthology.
Oh.
They're like hour long, like half hour to an hour long, like, I don't know, movies that take place in the universe of American Horror Story, but don't have anything to do with.
It
There's,
reminded
like,
me
random
of
horror
like
story. All right.
shorter versions of the Into the Dark things that are on Hulu.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I liked the first 2 episodes that were back in the house from the first season.
Except
I
they didn't have
enjoyed
any of
those.
the ghosts from the first season.
No, they mentioned them, like they talked about them, but they weren't there.
They couldn't get Zachary Quinto to do a cameo. Come on.
I guess not. Or, oh God, what's the other guy's name? The dude, Evan Peters, who's in every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be 7 episodes. I've seen the first 4. And dude, there was one that was really bad.
Nice.
The first 2 it's like a 2-parter for the first 2 episodes, and they're back in the house and they're dealing with some of like the spirits in the house, and that's great. I'm fine. I didn't love it, but I was like, oh, all right, this is fun. Whatever. It's American Horror Story. You don't always love it, but it's always fun. And then there was this drive-in one about like a haunted print of a film, and every time someone sees it, they go insane.
Sweet.
And then at the end of it, the kids that didn't it didn't affect everyone. Apparently, the 2 kids that didn't watch it, that didn't go insane. I don't know. Spoiler: they kill the director, and then it pops up on Netflix, and then the world burns.
Oh, nice.
And then there was one about Danny Trejo being a murderous mall Santa.
That sounds amazing.
That does sound cool.
That's the B story. The A story follows a group of like Instagram influencer dudes that are like total bros. It's called the Bro House that they live in.
Nice.
And they're just, I guess the whole story is they record a guy killing himself. Like they staked out this suicide bridge, and this guy killed himself, and they put it on YouTube, and they said, this is so awesome. And then, people weren't cool with that. And then they start like tanking and losing subscribers, and then that's when the mall Santa comes in. They're barely connected. It's very dumb.
Bro
That
house.
was not good. It was not good.
Let's start our own bro house.
We should. Just bro down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I watched 2 movies.
Yeah.
Gunpowder Milkshake?
Oh,
The one
I've
with
been wanting to see that.
Karen
Gillian.
Gillian? Yes. I was going to say, I forget if it's Gillen or Gillian.
And Lena Headley's in it, too.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good action movie. It was like I don't want to say a female version of John Wick, but it was
That's what
very
I've heard.
stylized
That's
like
kind
that,
of like
and
a-
more. It was fun. It was fun. Check it out if you like action movies.
I don't, but I kind of want. I like Karen Gillian ever since she was on Doctor Who.
I don't like action movies.
Action movies have all kinds of action in them.
Yeah, like comic book movies.
Yeah, comic books are comic book movies.
They're action.
I mean, you could say you don't like gunfight movies.
All right, I can say that.
Good. And I also watched a real piece of shit.
Oh, Slap Pocket.
I wonder if I've seen it.
It is called. It's something that would make the slap radar. But it certainly wouldn't. It's not a good version of a slapper. Like it's one you would say you watch and say don't even fucking bother.
Yeah.
It was called House of the Witch.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I like
It
the name.
starts off fine. It's about they play this whole like there's one house in every town that's like boarded up and spooky, and everyone has all these like lore of what's going on in there,
Oh,
right?
there's nothing like that in this town.
No,
No.
not anymore.
Of course not.
Not since the House of the Witch burnt down.
So yeah, they play this, and the kids go in there to have like a Halloween party, and then the kid goes in, and bad shit starts happening because it's actually haunted, which sounds okay,
All right, I'm with you so far.
but it's actually not even haunted. It's some kind of ghost witch, and the whole point was to take over one of the kids' bodies so they
All right.
could leave the house.
How is it not haunted
If it's a
but
ghost,
it has a ghost witch?
I don't know how to explain it because she had like the witch has like a I don't know. I don't want to call. I hesitate to call it a workshop, but like a
cauldron.
A bro
cauldron
house?
area. What would you call it? Well, I mean, she's got all kinds of Eye of Newton shit like that. There were shelves of witch garbage
Nice.
and like sage and stuff.
All right.
But she was a ghost and could like go through walls. And at one point, she grabbed this dude's head and went like blah, like in his face, and his face just melted off.
That's cool.
Nice. Kind of like acid from Reptile.
I am way overselling this. Like, no, do
You
not
made
watch
it sound really pretty cool, man.
It's not good. And then one of the kids disappears into a cranberry bog. I don't know why that's there.
That sounds
That's
cool.
how I want to go.
That's how the gypsies said I was gonna go. But yeah, that was don't watch it. It was on Netflix. Don't bother.
Guess what I'm watching.
Yeah, I know. What was that
Go
again?
ahead.
Witch
Go ahead.
house.
House of the Witch. I dare you. Watch it. Tell me how you feel about it.
Oh, I will.
If you both come back next week, you're like, dude, it was fucking awesome. What are you even talking about?
There's this cranberry bog.
I know you told me about the cranberry bog, but I didn't even see the cranberry bog coming.
I was too enamored in the story. I forgot all about the cranberry bog, and then it showed up.
I don't even know if it was a cranberry bog. It's like a fucking someone dug like a double wide grave hole, like 6 feet deep, 3 feet wide, maybe filled with water. I just joked around and said it was a cranberry bog.
Sounds
So I
like
don't know how
a
else
bog.
to
Hey,
explain
sounds
it.
like a cranberry bog, yeah. That's how I build a
From what I know
bog.
of cranberry.
Yeah.
But any hoodles, that's all I watched. How about you, Sir Chump Slap? What are you playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
I'm glad to say I'm still Call of Duty free after 4-5 weeks now.
But there's a new season coming up in 2 weeks.
I didn't finish this one.
Oh. You went to rehab.
Did you even purchase this one?
Do you even
Yeah, I
Call
did.
of Duty, bro?
Right.
I got to like level 30 or whatever. I didn't unlock the second gun, but I got the first one.
You're in Middle Ages after that.
Yeah. But I didn't play that, so why are we talking about?
Good question.
I did play a little more PGA Tour, 2K21.
How's that going?
Oh, that's fucking easy as shit now.
Oh, you figured it out?
I'm in the PGA Tour now, and I don't know, won the first 6 matches.
Why even
first-
play?
And now I'm gonna have to turn up the difficulty or something.
All right, now to just easy.
Are you doing like 4 rounds per tournament or 1?
1. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah, I don't like that 4 rounds. It's just too much.
Yeah, and then you'd still with 1 round you'd win like by 15 strokes.
Yeah, so what the hell? Not worth
Who's
it.
your rival right now?
I don't fucking some nobody. Or maybe it's a
Yeah,
person.
he's probably somebody that you just
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
just don't know his name.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Some nobody named Tiger Woods. I don't know.
Some guy in a PGA Tour.
I think he's on the
Fucking
one episode of
loser.
It's Always Sunny.
It's like, yeah, I'm Tiger Woods. No, you're not.
He's Donovan McNabb.
That's right.
I'm
he's the
loving
same
it.
guy. Oh, and yeah, why was he sponsored? It doesn't matter why he was
Yeah.
sponsored by McDonald's.
But
What
yeah.
else you got?
I watched some movies. I watched Werewolves Within. You talked about it last week. It's pretty good.
I liked it. I watched it again actually, but I didn't mention that.
Yeah, it's like a whodunit.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
It's
it.
a good time.
I
Yeah.
saw the ad for it. I didn't actually watch it, but
Yeah, check it out.
Werewolves Within.
Yeah. Watched this movie called little something called Time Crimes.
Oh, it's such a
Oh, that's a good. I haven't watched that.
It just
so
popped up
long.
on Amazon again, so I was like, "Fuck it,
gotta watch it.
guess I'm due."
Don't even need subtitles anymore.
Yeah, right.
That's a good one.
Watch this one shitty meh movie called Hawk and Rev Vampire Slayers. Just
You
about
say
these-
it like we should know what that is.
I know, right? Just these two losers who work like dead end jobs. One got kicked out of his house and he's living in a tent in like a homeless place.
It's cool. It's cool.
And he thinks he sees vampires once and he tries to kill him. But he's a little mentally disturbed. He got kicked out of the army for ramming a 2x4 into some guy's chest.
Oh, just a little.
That's it. That's all.
Well, he was a vampire. So
They throw you out for anything these days.
I know, right? But yeah, they find vampires, they fight. It's supposed to be a comedy. I didn't laugh.
Jesus.
But I'll waste your time telling you about it.
Thanks.
I watched a classic Spelunker movie called Centipede.
I didn't see that coming.
I know, right?
No, I thought you were gonna say a different movie. But
I
go
thought he
ahead.
was going to say Descent or something.
No, this one's about a bunch of spelunkers going on a...
Goddamn spelunkers.
It's a fucking bachelor party in India.
So isn't that what they do in The Descent? But it's a bachelorette party?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, see?
Someone must have taken it and done a...
Oh, but they find giant centipedes in this one and they tear people apart.
Oh. Tell us more. What happens with the
That's
fucking
pretty
centipedes?
much it.
Oh, okay.
They find centipedes. They get rescued. Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of people die. Turns out it was a like toxic waste dump in the mountain that turned these cave centipedes.
Of course it was.
Exactly, man. It was pretty
I
good.
kind of feel fucking stupid for not even thinking about that, you know?
Yeah. I was like, oh, they're
obviously
just
it was.
prehistoric centipedes, right? No. Not even close.
Fucking idiot.
Let's get to the slapper of the week. Revenge for Jolly.
Ooh.
Revenge for Jolly. I'm gonna guess it is a coming-of-age story about Jolly the Clown,
God damn it. Now I got to come up with something else.
who is wronged by his high school gym teacher and joins a biker gang.
I'm going to say Jolly was just like Jeremy from the Pearl Jam song. He was picked on by his kids, and he eventually died by some prank, and then he came back and haunted the school.
Jolly spoke.
Yeah. Arms raised in a V.
No, sir.
Palmer,
You're both way off. It's about this Eddie, relax.
Oh, it's such a great voice to make fun of, though.
Okay.
It really is. Okay, I'll stop. Sorry. What were you saying about this?
It's about this
Fucking
guy
thing.
who works for like shady characters, and one day he doesn't do a job right or something, and he owes the guy money. They come to his house and they kill his dog. So
So it's like John Wick.
he recruits his cousin. He recruits his cousin to help him track down the people who did it and find them and make them pay.
Oh.
And it's chock full of fucking Elijah Wood's in it, Kristen Wiig's in it, Ryan Phillippe's in it.
Jeez.
The Ryan Phillippe?
Yeah. Gillian Jacobs, Bobby Moynihan. It's a lot of people who are in it for just like a little bit. And they're just like, they're not the main characters. They're just people he goes through to try to find where his dog is. But it's very crazy.
Whenever I think about Bobby Moynihan, all I think about is Comedy Bang Bang.
Fievel.
Yeah, Fievel, and he wants to always cut people.
Or no, Forval. Forval.
Oh, that's right. He's Fievel's brother.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. How could I forget?
Yeah, that's the best character, man. But this movie's crazy. It's just about these guys who go on a fucking murder rampage. And they're just drinking the whole time, doing drugs, having a good time.
Cool. I mean, I have a similar script I'm going to have to throw away now, but here we are.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll switch it around a little bit.
Won't be the first script we threw away.
He's got to revenge his turtle or something.
No, I always watch these movies smacked out, and then I forget about it, and then I write the movie, and then,
You're
feel like an
always
asshole.
smacked out.
Mm-hmm.
Always smacked out. Oh, it's a term for a terrible drug. Anyway,
Or a great drug.
Depends who
that's
you
the
ask.
fucking slapper of the week. Jolly, the Revenge of Jolly? Jolly's Revenge.
For Jolly.
Jolly Rancher.
Revenge for Jolly. Jolly Rancher. But that's going to take us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Video Game News / Stuff.
Ooh. This just in.
We've got a lot of bullshit this week, actually.
Cool.
And some solid numbers. Basically, the big news of the week was Horizon Forbidden West was delayed until 2022 Q1.
Oh, I'm shocked.
When was it supposed to come out?
I don't know.
This holiday season.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
so
what do
it
we got?
was like a month?
We got another queue left.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, it got pushed. It was supposed to come out this year. It's not happening. In other Sony PlayStation 5 news, the PlayStation 5 has now officially sold 10 million consoles.
Which is weird because you can't get one.
Boom.
I know. Imagine how many it could have been if they actually were stocked in places.
Probably 10 million one. Scientists will have one.
So is this better for? It can't be better for sales, right? Like you want to sell as much as you can when the hype's
I don't know.
maxed out, right?
It's kind of like artificial scarcity.
Right. Like I got an email from Sony that said, "Hey, you're in line for a PlayStation 5. Do you want to order one?" Like 2 months ago, when I've had mine for months, and I was like, "I kind of do."
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what am I doing? No, I already have one. Why would I order another one?
One for the on the go.
Yeah, one.
You could make one kind of like a Switch.
I'll just rip it apart and mod it.
Yeah. Just make it look cool.
Be like a Steam Deck. How cool would that be?
Man, you're sick.
Anyway, and then other sales numbers. The game Returnal sold 500,000 copies, which I thought was really good. And then I saw that Miles Morales sold 6.5 million copies.
Yeah, how many of those were forced because people had to buy the bundle online?
Yeah, that's a good point. Like how many people
I would
bought
probably buy Returnal and play it sometime in the future because I wouldn't play it right away if I had a PlayStation
Nah,
5.
I'd wait for a sale.
It seems
Yeah,
pretty good.
It seems very difficult, and I don't know if I want to put myself through that.
I'm just not
Maybe.
ready emotionally for such a difficult game.
Yeah, exactly. I got to play the same stupid fucking zombies game over and over. That's
I know
what's
I
good
can
for me.
win.
That just endless waves of zombie killing. I must have killed 10,000 zombies this weekend. Easily.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And what else we got? Oh, we got some Stadia news, gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
There's a rumor out that Google is looking to possibly rebrand Stadia so other companies can buy it and then rebrand it for themselves. Like, for example, they would sell it to someone like, I don't know, Cox
Netflix.
or Comcast or Netflix and be like, hey, Netflix has Gamer's Edge, and it says, like, powered by Google or whatever like that. So it's like
They're going to try to trick us.
Well,
yeah, they got to trick us, and maybe another
what are they
company
gonna
can
do
make
to
it
trick
work.
us? It's not Google Stadia, really.
Yeah, that's on the commercials.
So I guess the tech works, but
I
no
don't
one
think
wants to
anybody
play it
ever
'cause it's
complained
Google.
about the tech working.
Yeah.
yeah, so I guess it's a rumor. It may not happen, but it looks like they're going to try to reach out to other more popular people that are already in homes
Hey,
and be like,
this didn't work for us. Maybe you can get it to work for you.
But you guys are probably better than us, so.
I mean, hey, you bundle it in with my cable package for $3 extra a month like a phone, I might think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then again, I'm the asshole that's still paying for Google Pro. So, what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. Play it a little bit. Play Call of Duty on it.
Yeah, you can start over.
I could hook it up anywhere. I could play on my PC through a console through fucking on the road. It'd be dope. And also, the last piece of news we have, this was from a very accurate hacker named 4chan.
Oh, he's at it again.
He doesn't sleep, tell you what. But they leaked some new info about a possible Sly Cooper 5.
What?
But I couldn't see any of it because it got pulled already.
Didn't we talk about this like not too long ago? There was rumors about the new Sly Cooper coming out.
Yeah.
There was like a presentation like a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
That came out about a possible. I think it was for Sly Cooper 4 before 4 came out.
There
was a 4, right? Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think they're just gonna reboot it if they do it.
They just reboot everything. You know?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do if they don't reboot something, then they're gonna go the way Dead Space is going, where they're gonna like remaster it and re-release it and be like, well, if people buy it, maybe they want another one, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can review it again.
That's true. If I'm being honest, I really want to play Dead Space again. I'll definitely buy that remaster. If I'm not too busy playing Call of Duty Zombies.
Which you probably will be for the next.
Which, if we're being honest, yeah.
Until Division 3 comes out.
Well, the new Dukes will come out before then.
There's rumors, and I couldn't find anything that was obviously real, but they're saying that the next version of the Division's going to be like free to play.
Sounds about right. It'll only be fucking 100 people battle royales.
I'd be so pissed. I can't, guys. I just can't. Well, I keep saying I can't, and then I fucking play zombies. It just replaces that.
Dude, we've been doing the show, and the only games you played have been Division 2 and Call of Duty.
I don't doubt that those have been the two games I've played the most in the last, since we started doing this, like what?
3 years, almost 2.5.
Yeah,
2.5, yeah. 2.5 years? Yeah, probably. I've probably played those combined for 1.5 years at least. At least.
That's why I had to stop.
I'm not proud of it.
Yeah, exactly. Go to a meeting.
I'm gonna get some Resident Evil in and see if I can scratch some itch. Because technically, I'm still shooting zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a different game.
I heard it's very short, though, so.
That's, you know what? That's fine. I just need something else, you know? Something different.
Exactly.
And the Resident Evil world is fucking weird. But yeah.
Baby steps.
That's all I got for Video Game News /Stuff. How about we get into this amazing game?
Oh,
amazing.
Man.
Amazing piece of shit.
What are you talking about?
Dr. Syintist, before we even get into it, on a scale of 1 to 27, this isn't your final star ranking. I'm just asking, how mad were you after you watched this video?
Well,
1 being not mad at all, 27 being super pissed.
The first, 30 minutes, I was about a 25, 26.
Okay.
And then I stopped taking notes, and it went down to about a 14.
Rage subside.
I think that's like your cruising altitude's like 14. That's where you idle at. You idle at 14.
Yeah. Well, I kind of stopped paying attention and stopped taking notes. So
I was pleasantly surprised.
All right, let's just get started. Let's get into this.
Go ahead.
Do it.
So this game, we get asked the question, will a game that has a balls meter make me feel like a real man?
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The game is Scarface, The World Is Yours.
Boo-doo-doo.
It was released October 10th, 2006 for PC, PlayStation 2, and Xbox, developed by Radical Entertainment and published by Vivendi Games. It is a third and sort of first-person single-player crime empire simulator?
Sort of.
I thought I was going to say third and last person.
And it was written by David McKenna, who, the only reason I mention this is because he also wrote the screenplays for American History X and Blow.
Yeah, where's the American History X game?
I don't know if we can,
Or the Blow game.
we can really, get along with that.
So what was at the top of the charts at this time?
Well, the number one grossing film on October 10th, 2006. Now remember, wait a minute, it's The Departed? Is it? Didn't we just talk about that? Was this released right around when God Hand came out?
Might have been. But let me see if I can remember the song. Nope.
I was thinking it would be a Saw movie or something, but
October, yeah.
yeah.
The same date God Hand came out.
God Hand came out September 14th, 2006.
Damn.
So this came out 3 weeks later. Or a
And
month
The Departed
later.
is still number one?
It held on.
The number one song, if you remember, it stayed the entire time. It was Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake.
How did that go again?
Ooh, I got a sexy back.
That's not what you said last week.
This is a different verse.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess the number one movie and song were exactly the same as last week. That's no fun. All right. Okay, well, I don't know.
All right, just get into it. How much was toilet
blow
paper then?
Or a
Toilet
carton
paper
of
was-
eggs.
Carton of eggs was $1.86.
Oh, those times.
I made that up. I don't
It's
look
probably
it
the
up.
same today.
But anyway, I picked it. And now, before we even get into it, has everybody here seen the movie Scarface?
Nope.
You can
Chump Slap?
accidentally watch this movie. Yes.
Okay. Because I actually rewatched it a couple days ago because I hadn't seen it. It must have been at least 10 years since
I
I've
don't
seen
get the whole
Yeah, I don't remember much of it.
mafia movie.
No, but do you guys remember, like, around this time, maybe a little bit earlier, like the early 2000s, like, every rapper that was on MTV Cribs had the Scarface poster. Like,
Yeah.
everybody was
Yeah.
into Scarface.
Yep.
Which is like, it's like the way that me and my friends were really into Fight Club. But, like, it's the same thing. We completely missed the fucking point of the media. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, Fight Club's so cool. It's like, did you understand what was happening in that movie? Yeah, dude, it was rad. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
dude.
Yeah, he was Bo People.
Yeah, same thing, but with Scarface. Because it's an alluring story. It's about an immigrant who starts at the bottom and then through hard work, determination, and murder
Makes
gets
his
to
way
the
to
top.
And he lives.
Yes, that's the difference. We're gonna spoil the movie Scarface. All right?
Okay.
Because you have to explain what happens in this game. At the end of the film, Tony Montana, powered almost entirely by cocaine at that point in the film.
Oh, yeah. Where was that scene in this part?
Yeah, they did not have him doing nearly as much blow in this game as he did in real life, huh? He can drop all the F-bombs he wants, but if he do you remember the movie when he, like, the last scene, he had literal
Pile?
mountains of cocaine?
Yeah.
Like, piles.
Yeah. Doesn't
Like,
he just
I
stick
was-
his face in it?
I was worried about the structural integrity of that desk, is how much cocaine was on it. Yeah, because his like cronies are around him. They're like, Sosa's coming. What are we gonna do? We gotta do this. Like, shit's going down, and there's like 4 dudes just yelling around him. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna? You're the boss. Tell us what to do. And he just like he looks forward and like sits up, and then just slams in face into the mountain of cocaine. And everyone's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the end of the movie. And then Sosa's men attack. And at the end of the film, very famous line, say hello to my little friend, as he shoots a AR-mounted grenade launcher at a bunch of people.
Yeah. And he goes down in a blaze of glory. Like that Bon Jovi song.
Shot so many times, but
Slippery
the
when
cocaine, held him through it. But in this version, we relive that final scene. And in this game, Sosa's men again, they're storming the mansion.
Who's Sosa?
Sosa,
Rival drug dealer?
Yes.
Okay.
yes. And he was, I think, wasn't he the guy that supplied Tony in Miami? I think that's how it was.
I think so. I don't remember really.
Like, Sosa was the kingpin in, like, I forget, I think Bolivia is where it happened in the movie.
Yeah. And then Tony got too big for his britches and he had to get put in place.
Basically, in the film, Dr. Syintist, there was this informant that was basically going to ruin Sosa's life and send him to jail forever. And they go to New York, which I forgot even happened in the film Scarface. They went to New York at a point. And they're like, Tony, I trust you. I need you to take care of this. Like, we have a great business relationship. Plant a fucking car bomb on this dude's car and blow him up before he can testify. So he plants the bomb, and then this dude's whole family comes out. And then Tony all of a sudden gets a conscience. He's like, you didn't say anything about women and kids. I'm not killing these people.
Oh, he alludes to it later in the
Yeah, he talks about it in the game. All right.
Yeah, and then he doesn't end up killing him. Then that's when Sosa gets mad and kills him in the movie. But in this version, you do the whole shootout scene. That's where the game starts, and then Tony Montana escapes. But he's lost everything.
Yeah, it's just a reset.
It's exactly what it is. It's like a built-in reset,
Is
a
this
reason to.
A classic bingo spot immediate as well.
Yeah,
No, he loses his power, but
yeah.
But it's conceptually the same thing, right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
where you start the game with all these things. Like God of War 2 did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they dump you down back to normal. But yeah, same concept. So he lays low for 3 months. I guess that's all it takes for the fucking law to forget about this.
Well, they think he's dead, which doesn't make any sense because
No.
the house isn't burnt down or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
they
like
rebuilt
they
his
didn't.
house for him while he was dead.
That also, like, someone cleaned that place up
Yeah, right?
when he was dead. But anyway, so 3 months passed. Tony was laying low, and now he's like, all right, time to get back in this. I've recovered from my 15 gunshot wounds since then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it didn't happen in the movie. Anyway, so his first stop is he goes to talk to his lawyer, George Sheffield, at the Babylon Club.
Oh, yeah.
Voiced by we would later find out, horrible human being James Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I guess, is as good time as any to admit. There's so many names in this fucking cast.
Yeah, like Cheech and Chong.
Ice-T's in here, Anthony Anderson, Jay Moore, Ricky Gervais, Oliver Platt, Be Real. Like, there's so many B to low A people that have been in the... Dale Earnhardt Jr. does a voice.
Really?
Doesn't
Dale
Pacino
Jr.
do the voice too? The real voice?
No, they couldn't get Pacino. They
I really think he put his voice
He was
in.
on the IMDb. I guess that's from the first scene where they actually used actual
Yeah, they
words. From
they
the
have him
movie.
credited as Tony Montana archive footage.
Okay.
But I mean, like, a lot of names: Kevin Dillon, Jerry
Gabriel
Ferrera,
Iglesias.
Daniel Day Kim is in this fucking Lemmy. Like, Bam Margera voices a liquor store owner. Like Jason Mewes. There's so many. There's
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport, Michael Rooker. I'll stop now, but there's a lot. And I remember this. I did play this game when it came out. I remember
Obviously.
playing this game, and I remember actually enjoying it. The story was a little lame.
A little.
Well, it was kind of ridiculous that all of a sudden you have this whole movie universe where he dies at the end, and that's the point of the film, that he has his fucking comeuppance.
Yeah.
And the game's like, nah, fuck that, we're making a game out of this.
No, we're making him a hero in this one.
But the game was good. Like, it was a
It was,
GTA clone, which a lot of those were around at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But they didn't have many that you could, like, build your entire empire from nothing. Like, Vice City was out, and you could buy, like, a couple properties. And then San Andreas came out, and it was, like, the big world you could explore.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the one where you ran a drug empire.
Yeah, exactly. Which they don't show drugs though.
They did not. They talk about them a lot.
Yeah, sure do. Like, are you on drugs? Of course you are.
That's right. He went to Sheffield. He went to see
That's
bullshit
where we were.
James Woods. Yes. Sheffield tells Tony, he's like, I can't do, like, whatever. There's too much heat. Like, you're done. Tony says a lot of swear words at him, and he goes, fine, look, I'll represent you, but it's going to be at a higher goddamn rate because I am taking a huge risk.
Mhm.
Tony's like, all right, fine, whatever. Because Tony is an interesting character because he's a complete fucking psychopath, but at the same time, and he's like a ball buster, and he's a terrible, like a loud, crazy person.
Yeah, real enough.
But at the same time, he got his mention by being a good business partner. Like, it was Sosa who came after him
Technically.
because he
You
wouldn't
lost me
murder
when you
children.
said he's interesting.
I think he's interesting.
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely.
quite a dynamic. And you know Michelle Pfeiffer was in the original movie? That was Tony's wife?
Yeah, sure.
Pretty wild. Anyway, so he leaves the Babylon Club. He goes back, and there's these two vice cops, which they don't really, like, show up much in the game. But the point of this scene is they say, hey, you want your mansion back, you got to pay us money. And this is
Just
kind of like...
fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's absolutely
what are you
ridiculous.
talking about?
But it's the way for... There's also a conversation here where they say, hey, don't kill any civilians. Don't make us
Yeah.
come back here, basically.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like the way for the game to tell you the mechanics of it.
You're
And
paying,
that the government just pretending you're not dead.
you're paying off.
I
the
guess so.
cops.
Yeah. And then it's like The Wire. Like, you only go after people that are also in the game. You know what I mean?
Obviously,
You guys get it.
yes.
You guys get it.
I know how these things work.
So next station, you meet up with your old friend Felix from the film, and he tells Tony that Sosa and Gasper, with a G, I had to look that up several times, those guys that were in charge basically pushed everybody out.
What else would Gasper be with?
Let's see, I thought it was Casper.
Oh, okay.
And then there's also the Diaz brothers and Nacho Contreras, which were from the film. And basically, it's a war out there. Like, they're all fighting, like, the power vacuum when Tony left. And basically, Felix says, hey, you want to get started? You're starting from the bottom. Go talk to Coco, this woman who runs a bar.
He gets that shit rolling, son.
No, his whole pitch is, hey, I don't have anything. You come work for me, and then we'll go to the moon, baby.
Yeah.
GameStop to the moon.
He made him name for himself already. Everyone knows him. They're like, oh, yeah, he can do it. I've seen him do it already.
Well, and plus,
ridiculous.
Well, Felix, this character, was in the movie as Tony's friend for the entire length of the movie.
Yeah.
So if he's like going back to his old friend, he's like, I thought you were dead. It's like, I'm going to the top again. It's like, fuck, I seen you do it once. Let's go.
Yeah, why not?
Like, if of any of the characters that immediately joined Tony, this is the one I would buy. The other ones, no.
Not seeing the movie, I didn't buy it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. You know the backstory. So he goes to this bar at the beach. He meets up with Coco, and this is like the beginning of the Empire. He's like, I'll get the yayo, because that was a term they used in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna sling it, and she's like, I can only do so much, so this place is only gonna make so much money. And it's just the intro, the tutorial of how to build your drug empire.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
So it's pretty much, like real life.
Yeah, from what I understand.
So now, Tony, with his mansion back, he's starting to make some moves. He doesn't want to go right for Sosa. He doesn't have enough people. He doesn't have enough power. Doesn't have enough leverage. So he goes to visit Gaspar Gomez. And he goes into this, I don't know what to call this, but an indoor pool party?
Yeah. Well, it's like the penthouse party.
With like a full-size pool.
Yeah, on a roof, right?
But it was like this does not matter.
You don't understand Miami, man.
Yeah, you don't get it.
I don't. It's like we want to be in a place where it's really hot and humid, but we don't want any of that humidity, so we're just going to put our pool inside.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Inside
You're
pools
right.
are dope.
So they get in this big, huge gunfight with Gaspar and his men, and Gaspar gets out. He escapes, but his head of security does not.
No,
So
sir.
he and Tony talk a bunch of shit, and then he throws the head of security off the goddamn building.
This kind of goes against his pledge with the Vice guys of not killing people and stuff, huh?
It's not a civilian.
Oh, no, he always killed people.
Yeah, Casper's
Always killed people.
a bad guy. Casper's guys are bad
Not
guys.
everybody he killed is bad guys.
They're
this
in the
they
game,
are.
though.
Yeah.
They're in the game.
If they have a gun.
Oh, you can kill 40 people. Just
Yeah. Just no innocent civilians.
Chump Slap, I don't think he's going to get it. Like he's not in the
He's never
Dr.
had to
Scientist
deal with
isn't in the
Vice
game.
before. I get it.
Yeah. It's okay, Dr. Scientist. You're probably doing it right. So he throws him off the fucking building. And then he's like, oh, they have an armored car downstairs filled with money. I'm just going to fucking jump in it and take it.
I'll just drop that off at the nearest bank.
And he goes to the nearest bank. And he wants to speak to the manager, Jerry, who I was voiced by Michael Rourke, but I don't remember him in the... I think he was in the movie.
Yeah, he sounds like he knows him from previous, which I assumed was movie related.
And we know Jerry's doing good. He's got a Rothko up in his office building.
Oh yeah.
So, what were you gonna say, Dr. Scientist, about his art choices?
no, he just drives a van full of money to the bank. It's like, here, I want to deposit it. Like, nobody's gonna ask questions at all, or.
It's like, hey, well, because
And then he gets pissed when he's like, you have to pay me to launder this for you. Fuck you, I do.
But that's Tony's personality. He goes big immediately, and then he's like, okay, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, no way I'm doing that. Well, you gotta. Okay.
All right.
That's
well, fine. A little percentage.
This, yeah, and the fucking van, there was a gunfight on the way.
Yeah.
The armored vehicle's filled with bullet holes. And everyone's just like, yeah, park it back. Like, it's gonna be fine. We'll take your money.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is another setting up the game mechanics situation where the bank is like, yeah, we'll take it, we'll launder it, we'll clean it, we're going to charge you a fee. It gives you a spot to drop your money off. And the other fun aspect of this is the teller, or I don't know, the administrative assistant for the bank manager. I don't know who this lady was, but she gives you a magazine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Tony's like, I don't want any of this shit. I'm not buying anything. She's like, no, this is stuff you could buy for your mansion.
You got Tiger?
Yeah, and that's the mechanic. Like, that's so you can buy other shit to decorate your mansion.
I got it.
A way to spend your millions of dollars you're going to make off Yayo.
Makes sense.
Tony gets out. He's got his money. He's got a little bit of money in his pocket. He's got his mansion back. He's rebuilding. And he has a chat
Nobody
with...
realizes he isn't dead yet.
That's a great question. You think if he popped up at Gasper's house going after Gasper and Gasper gets away, that the word would get out pretty quickly?
I think it does.
They didn't have to know, though.
But, I mean, if the word was out, the cops would just come arrest him, right?
The cops, no. It was a gang war. It wasn't. The cops weren't involved.
He still did illegal things.
They don't have the proof, man. They're going to get him for tax evasion? Come on.
I think we just have to resign ourselves to the world of the game and movie, because in the movie, he just gets rich selling drugs and has a mansion. Like, I don't remember him filling out any fucking 10W40s
Yeah.
and sending them in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you have enough money, you can
Oh, it was
pay
the
off
time.
anything.
It was the 80s, right?
It's a different time.
Exactly.
You could dive in your own stash.
You got it.
Dude, he went headfirst into that shit. Dude, watch the last 20 minutes of that movie.
Not gonna.
Of course you don't. Okay.
Does he jump into it like Scrooge McDuck?
No, it's more of like...
I ain't gonna watch it then.
Fair. Okay.
No
Not gonna change your mind. Fine.
surprise.
So, Tony calls up Felix on the sat phone, which I guess is brand fucking new at the time.
Oh, yeah, man.
Being 1983, I think the movie takes place.
Yeah. Something like that.
Prank caller.
So they discuss some business ventures. Tony buys this pawn shop, and then he does the same thing with a cigar business. He's buying other businesses, going after other sources of revenue.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very ridiculous.
It's laundering.
Sell me your business and still work for me. All right, Tony, whatever you say.
Yeah, there's like that's exactly what happens with the cigar store.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I want to buy your business. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll sell it to you if you go kill this guy that has my papers and bring him
then
back.
I'll work it for you.
Yeah, you got to kill my accountant.
Yeah. And then he comes back with the papers. He's like, here you go. He's like, oh, great, I'll sell it to you. You want to still keep working for here? Yep. All right, great. Now start laundering money.
Yeah.
I now implicitly trust you with illegal shit.
Yeah. Makes
But
sense.
I think it's supposed to be, the way we're supposed to interpret it is like, these people are the little guy, you know? And Tony's supposed to be the one that started with nothing. He's supposed to embody the little guy.
He's trying to help him out. What?
I think you're trying to add something
not,
here that's not there.
That's not there.
I think that's what they were trying to do, but I didn't read it as succeeding.
All right. Fair enough.
But more of the building the empire game mechanic.
Yeah.
So now we fast forward a little bit in the story. Tony's chilling at a club, spouting off this bullshit about getting old, pontificating, or pontifa drinking, whichever you want to call it, which is a great term. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Diaz brothers send a hit squad.
No, why?
Well, it's been mostly like, I guess this was the moment where they're going after Tony, because up until now they just left him alone.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, he's getting too powerful. He's got a cigar shop. He's got a lot of stuff.
I guess they just assume, you know what, someone will probably kill him. Like,
Yeah.
do we have to worry? But so before Tony executes one of the Diaz brothers, they tell Tony that, we have your mom. She's dead now. He's like, what? So he goes to check on his mom. There's a bunch of dudes there with a chainsaw, which is a nod to the movie. And then Tony ends up grabbing it and murdering everyone, but his mother is dead.
And I don't know.
She killed in the movie. Yes or no?
Not the mother, the sister, and Manny, his friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't
What don't you believe? That they're gonna kill his mother?
No, I mean, you think a moment like this you'd actually feel something, but I was like, his mom's dead. I don't give a shit.
No. You're not supposed to.
And it doesn't seem like he does either.
Dr. Syintist, I am on the same page as you. Like, I don't understand how we're supposed to see Tony as the hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They just say, like, this guy's a scumbag. He's building his empire. Technically, you're doing it because you're controlling him. But he's still a huge piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't buy it either. I don't. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't get it.
He takes over the storefront, whatever. He gets a call from Sosa. And this is, like, the first time Sosa's making his presence known in the world of the game. And he's like, hey, I made you what you are. Talks a bunch of shit. Tony gets mad and hangs up.
Yeah.
So Sosa's back on the table. And then this is the interesting part where the story changes a little bit, and Tony gets a call from this guy by the name of Pablo,
Right.
voiced by the world famous A+ list actor Wilmer Valderrama.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking knew it.
You should have done Fez's voice.
And then Sheffield, this is apparently Sheffield's right-hand man, his lawyer friend, and he's like, hey, I got a line on your wife, Elvira, because, I know you laid low for 3 months, but she's still your wife, so I know where she is. Tony doesn't really trust him, but I guess he's like, whatever. So he gets in the car, and then this is where Pablo drops him off in Freedom Town,
This part
which was from
just
the
drops
movie.
him off. I was like, sorry, sucker, out of here. And he just like, fuck you.
Yeah, okay.
And just bails. So in the beginning of Scarface, the movie, Tony and his best friend Manny and a bunch of other Cubans are in basically a shantytown immigration detention center camp.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a real thing. This was called the Mariel Boat Lift. Sorry. And it was a mass emigration from Cuba. Basically, a whole bunch of Cubans, 10,000 of them tried to get asylum by taking refuge at the Peruvian embassy. And then Castro said, you know what? You don't want to be part of Cuba? Fucking leave. So a lot of people got on fucking boats and went to America. This is like a real thing that happened between April and October in 1980.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all know.
Classic knowledge.
Yeah. Tony's character got to America to start his American dream, so to speak. But anyway, so this is the same place, and now it's an ambush. Tony murders everyone. Because that's what he does, including Pablo on a boat, in a boat chase.
Oh, yeah, those were the best.
And then I don't know exactly how it happens, but Tony basically is making a lot of noise in Miami, and he gets introed to a guy by the name of the Sandman on an island, which is supposed to be, I guess, like, the island's made up, but it's supposed to be something like the Bahamas or Puerto Rico.
I just assumed it was like the island they used in Blow to like stop halfway.
Yeah.
Something in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And the Sandman is like the guy that runs the plantation and makes the stuff. And they set up a business plan. The Sandman goes, I like you, Tony. I'll supply it to you. You turn around and get it sold in Miami, and we're going to have a great relationship. This is like the role Sosa played before he tried to kill him.
Yeah.
So then Tony, he does this weird side mission, but it kind of gets us to an awesome moment. He speaks to one of the Sandman's cohorts by the name of Venus.
Okay, yeah.
She tells him there's this bad shit going on at like this casino that used to be an oil tanker. Like a big oil moving ship, not a waterbound tanker.
Who runs that?
It's run by some guy. She doesn't know who it is, and it turns out it's none other than Nacho Contreras.
Nacho? That necklace bastard or whatever you fucking call it.
Yeah, he says a lot of insults at him.
He hates Nacho, man.
So he goes and like frees all these women. Tony does.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes into the hole to talk to another woman's like, yo, what's the deal? Where I thought Nacho was going to be here. And she's like, oh, we're about to start a cockfight. He always shows up. He should be here any second. And then he walks through the door.
Yep. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. And then there's a gunfight.
So, wait, he runs it and nobody else knows who Tony is?
No, he's been dead for 3 months. Nobody knows him.
Oh. Yeah, that does happen a lot in games.
You forget people. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The new guys come in. The old guys are like, wait, who?
Yeah. He kind of looks like somebody.
I can only assume the way they run through henchmen in this game that all the people that knew Tony are fucking dead. Like long dead 2 months ago.
Yeah, they all went to raid his mansion in the beginning. Killed them
And
all.
he killed them all.
Yep.
It's hard to find a good henchman.
You end up
This part is
confronting Nacho.
chef's
Dr.
kiss.
Syintist, take us home. Tell us all about this.
Oh, whatever. You have your little tiff with Nacho, and then he jumps off some huge fucking
Port.
I guess it's his. I guess is it a ship or is it the port? I don't know.
I thought it was the oil tanker.
Yeah,
He
I thought
jumped
it was
off.
Oh, okay.
He jumps off, and it's a long fall down for this fat guy to fall down, and he
Too
kind of
long.
just like
way
just
too
pencils
long.
through the water.
He doesn't even splash.
No, he kind of just
Fucking Olympic.
Yeah.
Gold medal.
so he survives that, and then Tony picks up a sniper rifle and starts sniping him in the water.
Yep.
And just before he dies, he gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah.
I love that the mission parameter is not kill Nacho, it's make him bleed.
I guess the shark did that.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, he's so good.
I would love to watch the behind the scenes video of the game and be like, yeah, they had this in the original script for the movie, but we got to make it happen. That'd be great.
They thought it was a little bit too ridiculous for the movie, so we did it.
Oh, man. So good.
Yeah, so from here, it's kind of like a lead up. We're kind of killing time until the final showdown. So you do like going around these islands and killing pirates that are fucking with the Sandman's business. Other like of Nacho's people.
You get all Nacho's entire ship.
Yeah, you get Nacho's ship. Like you're basically taking over the islands as you did Miami. Because the game takes place in both places, which is kind of cool. And then you do a side mission. I wanted to mention this because it's a very famous scene in the movie where they go to the Sunray Hotel to do a deal. And basically the dudes at the Sunray Hotel kill Tony's friend, Angel.
Oh,
remember the shower scene with the chainsaw? Like, it's a very famous scene in the film.
Right.
And you do a side mission to save the Sunray and, like, get the bad guys out of there, and then you end up buying it. And he's like, oh, this is a sentimental spot because my friend Angel was killed here.
Yeah, and the lady doesn't want to sell it to you. She's like, it's got a bad rap. You kill one fucking Jimmy the drug dealer. She's like, okay, now I'll sell it to you.
Yeah, but like, it's got a bad rap.
He owned it until 3 months ago, right?
I don't know, because he got killed pretty early in the movie, so it might have been years as far as the movie. I don't know what the timeline of the movie is.
Yeah, I don't either. It's obviously years, though.
Well, plus it's tough because they're in Miami. It's like constant summer, so I have no idea how much time passed.
Fair.
Maybe some nerd out there can tell us how much time passed in the film Scarface, but we'll send that to us on the socials. We'd love to hear it.
We'll listen.
So you meet, after doing all this stuff and helping out the Sandman, you meet back up with the Sandman, and you're like, hey, I took care of all that, and the dude's like, go kill these dudes, they're taking over my processing lab. So you finally do that, and then you come back to him, the Sandman's like, hey, I'm out, man. Like, this is getting too shitty. I want to not give you I'll sell you my plantation, and you can run the entire thing.
It makes total sense.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
It's like you're buying from, it's like Lay's potato chips, You sell for them.
Man, I lost that analogy right away.
You sell their bags of chips in your store, and one day the guy comes up to you, he's like, yeah, you want to just buy the whole plant?
Happens all the time in business.
Yeah.
All the time.
It works.
Yeah, okay.
So now we're in the final stretch. We are at a meeting with Sosa, Gaspar Gomez, and Sheffield, his lawyer, who clearly had double-crossed him with the whole Pablo thing.
Oh, George. Bastard.
And they're basically all together in this room, and they're like, we have got to do something about this Tony guy. He's murdering so many people and taking away so much of our business. And they're like, well, what are we going to do? And then Tony attacks.
And Gaspar's still a fucking cocky bastard. Like, I'm going to kill this dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're all very cocky. And basically, the first person he kills is he executes Sheffield.
Yeah.
Like, on his knees, shoots him in the face with a shotgun.
See, this is where they won you over, because he kills the lawyer, the bad lawyer.
Exactly. And I think, doesn't James Woods' voice say, oh, fuck me in the ass, and then he gets shot in the face with a shotgun.
Exactly.
There's some wild language in this game.
For no reason.
For no reason at all. Also, we didn't even talk about the fact that he collects balls, I get. Like, it's a balls meter?
Yeah.
I don't
you get extra balls for doing good shots or something?
Yeah, like headshots or groin shots, I guess.
Yeah.
You can shoot people in the groin. It'll tell you, like, they got shot in the groin. And then when your balls meters fill up, that's when Tony gets into his rage, and that's when it goes to first-person view.
Yeah, and you gain your health back, and it's just like
right. A rampaging brick.
Yeah, exactly. We have seen this mechanic before in many games.
Oh, yeah.
But then Tony runs into Gaspar and his cronies and kills all them. He meets up with Sosa finally. He's just chilling on a couch, not a care in the world. And this is where they do mention from the movie the New York City not killing children thing.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, sometimes you gotta kill kids, dude.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Sosa's a really cool guy.
Probably the coolest one in this game.
Probably. And then Tony, there's a gunfight. He murders Sosa. And then he goes up, and this is a nod to the movie. This is what happened when Tony started off his career in drug dealing, working for this guy by the name of Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Frank tried to have Tony killed. And then there's this very tense scene where Tony murders Frank, and then Frank's number one dude is standing there fucking sweating. And Tony walks up to him, like, puts his gun away. He's like, "You want a job?" And the guy's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, sure.
He's like, "All right." And then now he's on his crew.
Yeah.
So he does the same thing in this. And then at the end of the film, this was fucking weird. Because at the end of the game, it's a reference to the movie where he's sitting in a hot tub with a woman who's not his wife. I guess he just bailed on the wife thing.
I guess, yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, a beer for you, Tony, a drink for whatever her name is." And he's like, "Hey, is it cool if I call you Manny?" He's like, "You can call me whatever you want." He's like, "Okay, your name's Manny." Like, he wants to call the guy the name of his best friend who he murdered? It was very strange.
Hey, man, you can't get in his head.
Well, Dr. Syintist, in the movie, Manny was his best friend and there from the beginning and his right-hand man. And at some point, Manny started dating Tony's little sister. And Tony couldn't take it, so he killed Manny.
That's the sign of a grown man.
Exactly.
Yes, now you're getting it. Thank you.
That's why he's such a cool character. Fuck, that's it, man.
Ooh,
That's the game.
man, it
Oh.
was some type of game.
I remember the game play and everything being a lot better than the story we just went through.
Well, that's because you like those games.
That's true. That's a fair point.
'Cause
Yes,
you
it
love-
is my type of game.
Tony Montana.
Well, he just likes
Montoya, what's his name?
Latoya Montana.
Tony Montana.
Yeah.
And if you guys remember, I've been very clear about the fact I only play games that have balls meters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. That's why you have.
Dude, you say it every day. It's kind of annoying.
So it's this and Bust a Move 4. That's it. Those are the only two games I
good
play.
one. I'm pretty sure Peggle's got one. Or no.
Is that a ball?
Are they
meter?
balls?
Might be.
What's that game? Splatterhouse had balls meters.
Of course it did.
No, it didn't. It did not. Have
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, it
had, it had some kind of rage meter, but it didn't have.
I got
balls
it for it, but
meter.
I'm afraid I'm going to shit.
Yep. So
Anyway, though, get into our favorite segment of every week. Final thoughts, and we will start with you, Sir Chump Slap.
Ooh, sweet. Bring it on. Shoot some questions my way. I want to ace some cues.
Would you play it?
Mm-hmm.
What does story do for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what score from 1 to 27 stars did you give it?
Good.
Questions. Good questions. Didn't see those
You nailed
coming,
it.
But I think I can shoot it on the fly. Would I play it? No, I didn't. I'm not a big fan of
Sandboxy.
was it third-person shooters, over-the-shoulder type
I thought
shit?
it was last person.
It was
We
like
already decided.
GTA, same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like GTA, but less things to do and less fun. So, no, I won't play it. Story work for me? I want to start by saying, fuck this game for fucking the end of Scarface up. It's just, fuck you.
That was the whole point of the movie,
Yeah.
was for him to get his comeuppance,
He had
and
to
you're just
die. And he
erasing
just-
all that.
No, instead, he's sitting in a fucking sweet-ass jacuzzi with Venus, drinking drinks, and fucking has a manservant now. Sick. Sickening.
So basically, they made him the hero that all those people who worshipped him thought he was.
Yes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if those people who worshipped him thought anything. You know what
Are
I
you
mean?
just taking a dig at every rapper between 2002 and 2008?
Not everyone.
Who gets a pass?
Self-titled.
Fred Durst, obviously.
He even talks about this movie in one of his songs. He's like, fucking, I thought Scarface was overrated.
They did. They all talked. Anyway. Sorry,
Anyway.
what were you saying?
So, the story was, I mean, besides all the ridiculousness of it, it was just making your way up in the drug world. And once you get to the top, you're fucking carefree and you're good to go. That was the story. That was the lesson we learned here today, folks.
The world is yours.
So I'd say the story didn't really work.
Right.
Story didn't work. Wouldn't want to play it. Score out of 27.
26?
Whatever it is, I'm going to go lower.
I'll give it a 6. Because, I mean, there were characters in it. Good voice acting. Good voice acting, at least.
There were good characters.
I don't think there was a single decent person in it. Like, as a good person, you know what I mean? But
I agree. But maybe, I don't know, those people
maybe the
that
sex
were
workers
kidnapped?
that you saved.
Yeah. I was just going to say the people that were kidnapped? Is that who? They were the
Maybe.
best people?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's too much, but I stuck it. 6. That's what it is.
All right, 6. You gave it a 6 out of 27.
Well, let's see how low Syintist can go when I ask him a couple questions.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Jesus. What are those questions again? Chump Slap, I don't remember.
Would you play this again? Did you love the story as much as you let on? And what kind of score are you giving it from a scale of 1 to 27, of course?
I wouldn't play it. I'm not into these sandboxy type games. The story worked for me. I thought it was terrible. I don't know. I don't
answer the question. Did it work?
It feels like they just wanted to make a GTA clone, and then they used Scarface to try and sell extra copies, and then they forced his character on every scene, annoyingly so.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So it was more than seems.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't feel anything for any of the characters in it at all.
Whoa.
I mean, his mom died, and I was like, good.
I did read somewhere they were thinking when they first made this game to make like a new video game franchise based on Scarface.
That is ridiculous.
Like, where do you go after?
All you
this
gotta do is
fucking
change
story?
the entire fucking ending. I guess.
Yeah.
No, at the end or the beginning of the next game, you have the DEA and cops raid his place, and then he has to escape to, I don't know,
Milwaukee.
Kansas City and start an
Oh.
empire there.
Oh, I like it.
Kansas City mob.
Go on.
Yeah, they should do more GTA things in these Midwestern flyover states.
Yeah, right?
Definitely.
But anyway, no, I thought it was terrible. I don't know. I couldn't stand it. Tony, I'm not going to watch the movie because his character's super annoying in this.
You don't like him?
No. And
He's my hero.
the true question of the score I'm going to give it is it worse than The Quiet Man?
No, come
Get
on.
the fuck out of here. There's
You
no
have
way.
Dr. Syintist. When The Quiet Man came out, we didn't know what happened because the character didn't hear anything and there were no subtitles.
Yeah, but I
we
understood
literally had
more
no
about
idea.
that and cared more about the characters than I did in Scarface.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Listen
I
to
might
that
agree with
episode
this.
again. You tell me you cared about those characters.
I think the second part of your statement may be correct. That you care more about those characters. Maybe. But the first part, no. Get the fuck out of
But
here.
it's trash. It's garbage.
Wow.
I'll make it better than Jurassic the Hunted. That's all you're going to get. You'll get 0 stars.
Can't. I thought it was
This
This is
one
your
of
second
27.
week in a row of the
So-
Poppascotch put choice.
I thought it was 1 of 27.
It is,
So how you giving it a 0?
because that's how it works.
I guess Dr. Scientist could just fucking do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
He gave
apparently.
he gave one.
Thinks he's Tony Montana.
This is not the first game he gave a 0. He gave a 0 to Jet Li Rise to Honor as well.
Yeah, the last one you picked.
Yeah. I think
I
he's
know,
And
got
a
a
month
vendetta, dude.
ago, he gave a game a 0.
And I gave The Quiet Man 0. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I was not in a good mood, and this was terrible. It was a waste of my time.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
Okay,
You did
Poppascotch,
give the-
why don't you tell us the score you think it deserves after you answer the questions?
Answer these, my questions 3s.
What is your favorite color?
Okay.
How much can you bench?
And would you play this again? And
How'd the story
work for you?
Bend your rear or whatever you said that one time.
Favorite color is red. I can bench the bar.
45 pounds.
45 pounds. I can do like 8 reps, dude. No,
You got me beat.
no cap. No cap.
Got me beat.
Jesus. So, okay. Would I play this game again? Fuck you. Yeah, I'd play it again. Yes, I would fucking play it again. Just because I'm trying to look at it as a product of its time, And I know that there were a billion GTA clones at this point, and this was the only one that felt different than GTA, where I could build an empire and buy different properties and own those properties and like buy shit out of a catalog. Like it had extra stuff just than the GTA stuff. So, yeah, fuck you. I'd play it again. Sure. Did the story work for me though? You're right, Chump Slap. It's hard to get past the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
And how it just completely rewrites the narrative of what Scarface is. But let's say in theory I just bought that. No, I don't buy it. Let's just go with the fact I don't buy it. I mean, the nods to the movie weren't subtle at all. They were very clear. This game was a game for people who had seen and liked the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'll just say no. The story didn't work for me because essentially it's, if you look at it versus the movie, it's the same exact thing. Except you take out the interesting parts is that he emigrated from Cuba and worked his way up from nothing.
Yeah, this way he worked his way up from the top to the top.
Exactly. So while you have that interesting turn of character in the movie, you don't have any of that here. So, no,
Right.
I guess not. I guess the story does not work for me.
Right? So tell me why you still scored at 27.
So, score is tough because this is probably one of the few games where I've played it and I really enjoyed the game, but that doesn't mean that's the score this deserves, talking about just the story.
Yeah.
Which is tough. So I guess as far as the story goes, I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right.
I guess.
I was going to give it a
because-
7 until I looked back and I was like, I got to take at least a point off for that beginning.
It's the same thing I gave Alone in the Dark. It's the same thing I gave Half-Life. I think that I do like the fact that they had story-related reasons to introduce game mechanics.
Yeah.
Which is more than you can say about most games where, like, Homefront, or, like, just for example,
Game
Homefront or
mechanics
Metro.
aren't part of the story.
But the part of the story that introduced them is still part of the story. Technically.
Yeah, it's still, they worked. You gotta, if the game's gonna be successful, you gotta marry the story and the mechanics and everything going on. And at least this had 1 or 2 parts of that. Not a lot. Not saying it was perfect by any means.
Yeah.
But they tried. They made basically what would be the equivalent of a fan sequel, right? Like,
No, fans could have done a better job.
He's not wrong.
if these people were YouTubers today, they could. This is the story they would have made as a fan nod to Scarface.
I don't think you're giving them enough credit.
The YouTubers,
Yeah.
or the wow, really?
Wow. All right. No, I got nothing. Go ahead.
All right, so then the final score that gives us is a 13.
Oh, God, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, you gave it a 7.
Well, I mean, that's 1 point less than Time Shift. That is 6 points more than Homefront. 5 points less than Dino Crisis 2.
All right. I guess.
Whatever. I mean, it's not.
I
I guess.
Well,
I don't think it belongs in this. I'm not saying this game's perfect at all. Not at all.
there's
But
nothing
I don't.
perfect about it. But
I just don't think it belongs in the same shit heap as Homefront and Freedom
No,
Fighters.
it definitely blows lower than that.
Come on.
yeah,
get
you just
outta
hate to hate.
I think you guys are just liking Scarface too much. That you're
I don't
putting,
even
you're
like
putting
it.
your love for the movie above the game.
I don't even know if I love it.
Let me tell you
I don't know if
something.
I ever did.
I fucking lied. I never seen it.
Oh,
I
damn
know
it.
you're lying.
I mean, you guys should watch it. Like, it's worth watching.
Yeah.
It's a good Brian De Palma. I'll tell you what. It's worth and then I'll stop talking about this fucking thing. But it's the movie's worth watching because there's no movie that encapsulates 1980s Miami like that movie
Yeah,
does.
it's very
Not even
of its
below?
era. No.
If it's very much of its era, if only for that, I
What
would
about
say
Miami
so, yeah.
Vice?
Not get that
It's no, dude. It's Miami Vice is okay. If Miami Vice is the glossed over version, like the glossy,
yeah.
nicely packaged version, Scarface is the dirty version.
What about-
man. That's the one you buy from a dude in an alley?
Breakfast Club.
I'm gonna fucking punch him.
That's gonna take us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Dr. Syintist classic wrestling finisher. Oh wait.
Oh my god, this is insane.
You gotta really go with something new.
Please don't.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah.
Also known as the Brick Hit House. I just love saying Brickhead House. Anyway, so every week we ask Dr. Syintist for a 100% guaranteed amazing classic wrestling finisher, and he never disappoints us. This week, Dr. Syintist, what do you got for us?
This is going to be a classic move, updated for the next generation from a second-gen wrestler.
Okay.
We're going to do Charlotte Flair's figure 8 leg lock.
Charlotte Flair
Is
Ric
Ric
Flair's daughter?
Yes.
Huh.
I believe I've done the figure 4.
What is hers called?
Figure 8.
How does that work?
She has 2 more legs.
It's very similar.
It's a spider.
She puts him in a figure 4 leg lock and then kind of like arches her back so her legs go like straight up.
Okay.
Like she
I'll
puts
have
him
to
in
see.
it,
I'll have to watch this
and
video.
then she goes like and puts him up. So
All right.
it looks quite painful actually.
Yeah, considering
Just as
figure
much as the
4
figure 4
fucking
hurts.
sucks.
Yeah. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the figure 4 was.
The wrestler stands over the opponent who is lying on the mat face up and grasps the leg. Wrestler does a spinning toe hold and grasps the other leg, crossing them into a 4. As they do so, they fall to the mat, applying pressure to the opponent's crossed legs with his own.
Yeah. Definitely hurts.
Oh.
But she
hurts.
does that, and then she like kind of like lifts the legs up as she arches her back.
Arches her back like off the mat.
Yeah,
Okay. I got it now.
it
I'm
looks
trying to
quite
figure
painful.
out- Would this be more release? Like, would this be more painful or less painful?
I think it would be less painful.
Well, I don't know.
It depends where the pressure's getting.
I mean, it's
pushed.
still a figure 4. It's just your legs are up in the air now instead of on the ground.
I'm watching a compilation of it right now, and it does look great. It looks painful. Now she's doing it to a cheerleader. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so it's a figure 4 leg lock where the person performing it arches their back as high as they can go.
Yeah, to put more or less
Yeah.
pressure, whatever.
And they're much more flexible than we are. So,
And if you could pull this off in a street fight, do it.
well, if you get the figure 4 off, you better pull this
Yeah,
off. 'Cause
right.
What else are you going to do?
Yeah, I
to
mean,
top
if you're
it?
gonna do this in a street fight, you're gonna get a lot of weird YouTube comments. If you do a chump slap,
Oh,
you're gonna get some interesting.
I don't think he
people.
can arch his back.
not that way.
I mean, maybe not right now, like he can't perform for, but if he's in the heat of the moment,
adrenaline will take
live or
over.
death, life or death.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
those
his
slip
instinct
discs will
kicks up.
feel great when
Yeah.
he does that.
I'll rupture 2 more discs doing it.
I mean, you'll feel it tomorrow, but in that moment, you'll be a legend. You'll be a street fighting legend. Fuck. Well, that's the classic wrestling finisher lock of the week, which I said very slowly so I didn't screw it up. Charlotte Flair's figure 8 leg lock.
Interesting.
And that's going to take us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Sir Chump Slap's Would You Rather?
Huh?
He's got 2 choices. What's he gonna pick?
The one that Poppascotch never expects him to.
We'll work on it. We got something. Something's there, guys. We're going to nail down that theme song like the last episode we do the Would You Rather.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just wait. But anyway, this week, we got more of a thinker. It's not a gross out one. It's not a lose-lose. We're going to learn something about Sir Chump Slap today.
Ooh, you're gonna be freaking weirded out.
Yeah, it's going to get weird. It's better get weird because this week, Sir Chump Slap,
Yeah.
would you rather be able to detect any lie you hear or get away with any lie you tell?
I thought this was a no-brainer. I thought he'd be done already.
So the idea is, would you be basically the perfect judge ever? And when someone says, I didn't do it, you're like, no, I know you did. Like, I can tell when people are lying. Or would you strictly use it to your own advantage to lie about everything?
Does everybody automatically believe whatever you say?
Yeah, you
Okay.
get away
Or
with
do I
any lie.
have to use
But being a judge would be bad
the
because
power?
the jury makes the decision, not you.
I'd rather not. Not all cases are jury.
No,
cases.
but
I'd rather be able to tell if people are lying.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
like
Man,
to lie.
this might be the first week we
I
disagree.
don't like to lie. It's not my thing.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want people to know if everybody's. It was like, hey, man, good to meet you. And you're like, they're lying. What?
Yeah, that's awesome. Say, hey, it's nice to meet you. You fucking hate me already.
You hate my guts. Fuck you. I mean, I see this as, would you rather detect any lie being like the public good option or get away with anything being like the selfish option? But You got to think about this in a real life scenario. Would you, if you were able to detect any lie, you can't go to the police and be like, hey, I just want to help out around here.
Yeah,
I can
lies.
tell
Yeah.
with 100% accuracy
I
when
wouldn't
people
want to
are
help
lying.
the police. I mean, just
No one would believe you.
just to know that people are telling the truth to me or not. I don't give a fuck about anybody else's experiences.
Then that explains why you picked the second option.
I wouldn't. What would I lie about? Oh yeah, I won the lottery. Talking to the fucking lottery official. I lost my ticket, and he's like, "Okay, well, we'll still give you the money."
You could smack an old lady, and when the police came, you could say, "I didn't do it," and they're like, "Well, he didn't do it."
I could still do that. It doesn't say I can't lie.
Well, yeah, but there'd be proof of it.
You don't know that.
Be your word against the old ladies. I'd take the old ladies.
I'd put a
every
ring
day.
on my hand and then take it off when they get there.
Oh, see, there's no ring impression on her face.
I just think, like, you're walking down the street and you're like, that's my Lamborghini. And they're like, no, dude, I bought it. It's like, well, that's mine. All right, well, here are the keys. And then you have a Lamborghini. Didn't they make a movie like this where it's like the person in the
Liar,
universe?
liar?
No, it's not liar, liar. There was a movie where there was a universe where no one could lie, and then some dude just figures it out. I feel like,
Oh, yeah.
The invention of lying.
Yeah.
yeah, isn't Ricky Gervais in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like that X-Files episode where that guy could tell you things and
The
like,
cerulean blue.
yeah, he could make you not see shit.
Yeah. That's not there.
Interesting.
That's pretty.
So
good.
you're going with get away with any lie you could possibly tell.
No,
That's not what he picked at all.
because I won't. Yeah, fuck that. I would rather know when people are lying.
Okay.
Because then I could play poker and fucking win money that way.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't think you like this choice.
Any game of chance, really. You could probably
Yeah, guess the number.
win it. You could go debunk.
But guessing's not
like,
lying.
No, if I was guessing the number they were thinking.
Oh. Well, that's not really lying or not if you just don't know.
Be like, aha, you lied to me. You were thinking 3.
But what if they weren't? Then you'd be like, oh, yeah, you weren't.
Well, I would know because I know every lie.
Pick a number between 3 and 4. 3. Ah, you fucking liar! You picked 4.
Yeah.
That's how it would go.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's say someone had a whole bunch of fan fiction of where their superhero could detect any lie heard from anybody, and then they wanted it to star Chump Slap, and it was going to be wildly inappropriate. Where would they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, you send that to plottytime@gmail.com, and I will personally read, respond, have a correspondence.
There you go. 100% guaranteed response rate till right now. That's no bullshit.
That is not a lie. I sense that.
And if they wanted to get to us faster on the socials with more swearing and more, I don't know, Scarface memes, where would they do that, Dr. Syintist?
At Plotty Time on Instagram, Twitter, and Candy Crush Saga.
Yeah, we're all over Candy Crush Saga.
Oh, man.
You'll see our logo everywhere. But if you also want to help us out, go on to YouTube, like and subscribe there. You can also go to plottytime.com. It takes you to our eBay storefront and go buy a shirt. They're pretty well crafted from what I hear. I haven't had any yet.
Yeah, very, very good quality. I hear the sweatpants are super comfortable too.
Dope. Go out there, get them, support us. That does it for us. So get out there, play some games. Don't trust Dr. Syintist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.